Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Take12 podcast. I'm your host, Tom Pimentel. Here we are with Eli Ellis, owner and operator of E3 Graphic Design, friend and family member of TNT Limited Productions. Eli, how are you?
Not too bad, Tom. Not too bad. I want to thank you for having me on your show. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's been a long time coming, Eli, and many people probably don't appreciate how many of the things that they see from TNT Limited Productions are edited or have some sort of Eli Ellis influence. Now, in many of the commercial projects that I do, I always have some sort of visual component as far as a poster or thumbnails or both or multiple things. And Eli is the guy that I go to all the time for all these projects. He also is a creator of many, many personal projects that my family and I have cherished for a long time. My parents have an anniversary poster that is the cover of Infinity War, and all the characters have people's heads from the family in the different poses. And when they walked into their anniversary party, that was on a frame. And it was just a super cool highlight. My mother still has that framed in her place.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So we've known each other quite a long time. We met a long time ago. We had mutual friends on Facebook, and I kept seeing all these posters and pictures and photo edits coming up. And I'm like, who is this guy? Because it was a lot of cosplay shoots, right? Oh, yeah. So we're connecting the dots here, too. So Eli's wife, Liz, is the owner of Liz Ellis Photography. And her pictures are incredible. But what he does to edit them and turn them into posters and, like, these works of art are really cool. So you guys work in tandem a lot when she shoots and you edit. And that's the stuff that I was seeing on Facebook, and then I friended you, and I'm like, this guy is amazing. This guy has to do the Indiana James stuff. And then we met, and then I told you guys all about the project, and then like shortly after that, you did some Indiana James posters that
mock-ups
that to this day is still the ones that we use. So tell us a little bit about when you started doing that, and kind of like how it evolved for you, because it was just kind of like a hobby type thing, and then it got into a lot more.
I started screwing around with Photoshop myself back when it was a program you could buy and have a hard copy of. I don't know if you remember that.
I do.
But yeah, that's what I did. And just purchased the program. I think I paid $1,000 for it and started screwing around with it. And I'm self-taught over like 10 or 15 years. Mainly, I started, my buddy Jeremy, he had a music group, and he wanted me to do album covers and CD designs and whatnot for his albums he was coming out with. So that's where it started. And after a while, we had all started going to Comic-Cons and whatnot. And of course, Liz, being the gifted photographer she is, was taking pictures left and right. So I had hundreds of pictures after a Comic-Con thanks to her. And I thought to myself, I freaking love movie posters. I grew up in a movie theater. I love movie posters.
So tell people about that. Tell people about your history of the family movie theater.
Oh, yeah. So the Ellis Movie Theater in Springfield, Vermont. It was actually the one that they chose to have the Simpsons premiere at, which was pretty cool. We didn't own it at the time, which sucks. But anyway, we used to. So that was awesome. But yeah, grew up in a movie theater for like 30 years. I saw Jurassic Park in my dad's movie theater probably over 100 times because it was my favorite freaking movie ever. Yep. But always loved posters. Had them all over my room. Was always fascinated with how they were made and whatnot. And finally started messing around with it, cutting people out, putting them against a background, making backgrounds from total scratch before this whole AI revolution, and just matriculated from there. And here we are today.
So, all right, so you mentioned AI, and we all know, oh, Jesus. Nice job, guys.
That was a fun one.
Thank you, Chris and Caitlin. Wow. Nice. Very good. We're seeing some of Eli's work up on screen, some Deadpool stuff. Oh, yep, and many, many, many Photoshops for Terrificon, for Mitch Halleck's show. Really good, really great stuff.
Yep. That was a huge honor too. When Mitch asked me to do some of this stuff, for a couple of years, I've had stuff on the billboards out on, and advertised and featured in here, which was awesome. And freaking casino, that's cool.
It's amazing to see because I was there for so many of those in person, and you see them just shooting against. I mean, we were doing just plain backdrops, gray or blue or whatever, and then when you see them done later on, you're like, Jesus, I was in that room. None of that looked like that in real life. It looks really good. And you see the response of the cosplayers online when they see their own stuff. Fantastic.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah.
I will go beyond that though, and I'll say so especially those two cosplayers right there. Their attention to detail is incredible.
Second to none.
When you see the really good cosplayers get really good photos, Dave, Dreamkiller Cosplay, when you see really good artists meet up with the great photographers and the great photo editors, it just elevates everything.
Yep.
No, there's not a single thing that you've done that I don't like, except Liz. Cut that.
We'll do it in post.
But so you brought up AI, and now, how does that change your workflow? Because I know your workflow at LFA TV, you have to do a lot of Photoshop editing and stuff like that. So how has that changed your workflow, and what do you think the benefits are, or maybe some of the downsides?
Well, downsides, it definitely takes away from just original creativity, I think. But, if you're able to describe something enough to the AI, you're still throwing your artistic talent into it. But you're right. I am a producer now for my buddy's show, Live from America, LFA TV. And I do the thumbnails, I do short clips, special intros, outros to the, all the shows, like 13, 14 shows. And I'm going from 7 in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. So that's a lot of stuff to do, thumbnails and edits and whatnot for. So from a positive standpoint, it's helping me move a lot faster. I have whereas I would have had to have found somebody posing a certain way, but then somebody's facial expression in another way, putting that head on the body this way, find a background. This AI has actually helped, simplify a lot of that. I do still get to, as long as the guys give me something that's definitely got a lot of detail to it,
right,
then I can I give AI all I can. I don't really use the chat GPT a whole lot. I use Grok on X, which is pretty handy, but you can't give it too much or else it kind of comes out just not what you want, not what you're looking for. So I do things one at a time.
Right.
Give me a person that looks like this, give me a background that looks like this, then I'll still do the edits like I used to, of cutting people out, putting them in front of the background and whatnot, so I'm kind of still doing it. It's more of a helpful tool than anything else, I guess.
So, I agree with that. And so, but the fact that you're in your television show that you produce, that is a news program. Yeah. So, constantly throughout the day, a story could hit, and you're like, oh shit, this happened. We need a thumbnail for that. So a lot of times you're like, I got 30 minutes. I don't have the time to do all this stuff, but I'm gonna ask ChatGPT or Grok for a rocket blowing up or something. You describe it and then they pump it out quick, right?
Yeah, within seconds, it's just on the screen. Download it, throw it onto a thumbnail, and you're good to go.
And there's definitely applications for it, right? Now, I understand I think eventually, we're talking it changes almost by week. That's a great shot. It changes almost by week, the technology.
There he is.
That's awesome. We've got Cuban Pete interrupting the interview.
Can we swing to Davey right there?
Oh yeah, put the camera down.
Get a wide shot right there. So speaking of great cosplay, and what makes it great. All right, so I'm sorry. We'll go back to Photoshop and stuff. A lot of the AI tools. So now when I edit with Adobe, I know you edit with Adobe Premiere as well, right?
Oh yeah.
So I think one of the coolest things that they've come up with is the scene extension stuff, right? So if you need just a few seconds longer in a clip, you can actually extend a clip with AI. And I've done it, and it's wild. And you probably know this too. Sometimes there's not enough room for a dissolve because you don't have enough time. And I'm sure this is why they did it, just adding 2 to 3 seconds to the end or the beginning of a clip can make like an actual smooth transition. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, and like some of the image, you know, things that you can just create very quickly for like backgrounds and something like that. All that stuff is super clever. I think it's going to get way more intuitive where you can, I already know that now they're doing it with characters. A lot of times if you create a character in AI, if you want to change something and then regenerate it, it'll change the look of your character.
Yeah.
So like, you already told it what it looks like, but now they're saying you can actually pick a character, get it exactly the way that you want it to look, whether he's got a mustache or glasses or whatever or something like that, and then when you regenerate, it keeps that character almost like an avatar for like a video game.
What program?
I don't know who it is. There's too many.
Because I'll tell you a frustrating thing about Grok actually is sometimes I'll take a picture of one of the hosts and I want to make them look funny, you know, like a fucking, like a captain of a submarine or something in Russia. You know, I did that for one of our hosts, Pete Santilli, the other day. Made the whole thing look like it was the Hunt for Red October poster.
Yeah.
And the problem is, though, you at least with X's Grok, you can put somebody's picture in, and I don't know, maybe I just didn't load enough into it, you know, different angles of his face and whatnot, but it always changes. All I want the program to do is put a costume on the person, but it changes their face so it doesn't look like the person anymore. It's frustrating.
And you know, in the prompts, like I have put it, I'm like, don't change the background, or like don't change this image at all, but change the background. You know.
There's times where I say I need this picture finished, but it adds someone. I just need a background fit. It creates a person. So I start typing, don't add anyone.
It's definitely not there yet, but they're getting there almost every single day. You know. Oh, there we go. So this is the last out of office message that I created for Andy Freed, and so these are plates right here. So we shot these plates, not that. That's all AI. Damn. That underwater clip is all AI.
Yeah, that stuff's getting crazy.
But for an example, when he goes into the office, we shot video plates in his actual office of his empty desk. So we did we did a close, medium, and a wide of his empty desk in the office, and then the client asked, "Can you have a shark walk into the office and walk up to these glass cases?" So the glass cases behind him are real. The glass case to the left is not. That is AI generated.
Damn.
And then him vomiting up the hat. So when he vomits up the hat, that's a real desk. And we just put him behind it, and then I told the program to green screen out the whole background.
Wow.
So I could put him into the office. And then the hat getting thrown up, we cut when the shark regurgitates, and then that's an insert shot of a physical hat getting tossed onto the desk.
That's friggin' awesome.
But the fact that, because when somebody says to you, hey, can you do this, you never say no. You figure out a way to fucking do it, right?
Yep.
And because they'll get somebody else to do it.
Yep.
And then when they say, oh, I want the shark to walk into the main lobby and do this and that, you're like, no problem.
Yep.
And then you go figure out how to do it. And then guess what? Then you're working with all of these programs and you're finding out a way to do it yourself.
Yeah. Same thing with thumbnails. Now that the guys know that AI exists and I work with the program, I also sort of advertised it to them. I said, I can pretty much do anything you want within limits, but you know, give me what you want and we'll see what we can do. And so far I've always been able to make it happen. That's pretty cool.
And again, with you know, you have apps like Canva where you can, you know, create all your thumbnails and your YouTube and your Instagram stories, like all that stuff, like very quickly.
That was a good one.
But what I'm finding out though, and I guess it's something I've always known, like when you talk to other people like in marketing and stuff like that, and they're like, oh, how do we do that? And you say, well, how do you do what? And like, well, how, you know, we need thumbnails for this, or like, how do you resize them? And you're like, now, so that's an Instagram story version of the Batman Total War poster that we did,
was
right?
a damn fun poster, man.
But like there are a lot of people that don't understand how you get that result, right? Even though it's so readily available out there, people still don't understand how to do it. So, yeah, I guess like this. So there's an argument to be made about AI versus doing things from scratch, which is great. I think a lot of those arguments are coming from people that have never created anything from scratch, like most articles, right? People that say, AI is terrible, robots are going to steal our jobs, like a lot of the actors in Hollywood and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Those are also arguments that are made by the same people that go to hockey games that shout skate, and they've never played a day in their lives.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
So
True.
if I can streamline my workflow to literally save me days, and to deliver stuff on time that clients are going to be happy with, why wouldn't you do it?
And be able to do more.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I love that one.
That's a great one. The poster from Indiana James.
I still have that Photoshop file, and I still need to fix that plane.
It's fine. It's fine. When we finally make a final version, it'll be just fine.
You're gonna fix that plane. Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow.
No. So your work is incredible. For anybody that is looking for Photoshop work, or especially posters, like, you can literally send a family photograph to Eli and say, I want my family to look like the Avengers, or not even together. You can send individual pics. Aww. My twins, Paul and Charlotte, they wanted to go as the characters from Twister for Halloween, and I grimed them up and got them the costumes. So that picture is them standing outside the day of Halloween. I said, just look up at the sky, like the Twister's coming, and that's what they did. And Eli just took it, and then did.
I love the cow in the bottom corner there.
Fantastic. She's really talking.
Another cow.
But you can send him pictures, and he'll literally put them into anything. He's really incredible. He's very gifted.
Some type of inspiration always hits, and I come up with something to do.
Yeah. So please check out E3 Graphic Design. You can find him on Instagram. You can find him on Facebook. Anywhere where graphic design is sold.
Throw me an email, e3graphicd@gmail.com.
Thank you. Oh, very good. Thank you. Anywhere else to plug or post for E3?
Mainly you got all, that's everywhere I am right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I look forward to everything else that you do in the future. I love seeing it. I really get jazzed when you do some of the cosplay stuff, and we're going to be able to get to do more stuff together in the future.
Damn, Skippy, bro.
I appreciate you coming on, and you're an absolutely total asset for TNT Limited Productions.
Thank you, sir.
And I appreciate your talents and everything that you do. So, from Terrificon 2025, this is the Take12 podcast. I'm Thomas Quintel. This is Eli Ellis of E3 Graphic Design. Eli, thank you for being here, buddy.
Thank you, Tom.
All right.